Woo! Whoa! Damn photos look bad. I ain't a doctor, but I can easily say, Jake, your jaw has shifted in two places. That mug was ripped off of the goddamn skeletal system, man. That was a heavy, heavy punch. And if you look here, man, as they take this x-ray of this dude with two plates in the jaw, two titanium plates put in the boy's
I thought I
jaw.
would win against Anthony, but here I am with a broken jaw, learning the hard way. I'll heal, and I'll be back.
Woo! But look, the boy determined to get back, man. That is a true warrior. You step in those rings, you understand the possibilities of what can happen. And I still tip my hat off to Jake Paul. But like I said in the title, the boy has suffered two breaks in the jaw. So in the bottom, man, over here, left and right, that punch went straight through and was pushing that mug because AJ punched straight through that. He leaned in through the punch. Like I said, that fool has that technique in how he delivers a punch is he will punch through and lean that weight into it. And being that Jay Paul is right there on the I call it turnbuckle from years of watching wrestling, but they're in the corner where he catches that punch in that position to where he ain't able to roll with the punch to take something off of it. He's stuck. He's stuck, and he had an angle. He eating all that. He eating all that. That punch dropped him immediately. Didn't put the lights on. Like I was saying, that's a punch that AJ probably 95% of the times he land a punch like that on somebody, they gonna either go down buzz, they're gonna definitely be dazed, walking on Queer Street, or they're gonna get knocked out. Lights is gonna be off. Ain't no trying to make it up to your feet. You're gonna be out from that punch. Send the doctors in, bring the oxygen along with you. It'd be one of them kind of punches. But being that the position Jake Paul was in that corner, ain't too much for him to turn and no place to run. Man, that jaw ate all that. The jaw ate all that. That take a lot. That fool just moving that mug, disconnecting everything in it. But he has a solid chin, a very very strong chin to be able to take those type of punches from AJ. And there was some punches that AJ threw that if some of those would have got through, I wonder how Jake Paul would have took those because he was throwing big bombs. And this is the reason why they have weight classes for a reason. But I want to talk about the legendary mark that Jake Paul leaves inside of boxing. Like I said, he has solidified himself into the history books of boxing. It'll be a long time before this guy is forgotten. His mark is going to be here even when he's gone from competing within the sport. And one of the blueprints he's left is a blueprint that fighters should have been following. As far as fighters out here trying to throw themselves out there that they're a promoter and this and that, and ain't none of these fighters ever done any of that. These fighters don't do anything to put anybody else out there. Their egos stand into place, and their egos limit them as far as how far they go. I don't think Jake Paul plays the ego. I've seen Jake Paul put on a fight event for a woman's card where he comes out as the co-main event for the fight event, and then giving other fighters out there the opportunities. And the fact that this fight right here was so important to Anthony Joshua because it's lifted Anthony Joshua up. It's been a tremendous boost for Anthony Joshua's career. As Anthony Joshua was probably, and I wouldn't say a dark place, but Anthony Joshua was in a place to where fans began to kind of look the other way on him, begin to write him off. And he goes into this fight event, and it's nothing but cheers. You're as good as your last fight is what they say. You're as good as the last win as it goes for any other sport. And that's exactly what has happened with him. He's going in here and beating the guy who a lot of people have want to see go away for a long time. People have wanted to see him go away for a long time. And they've gotten their wishes here with the performance put on by Anthony Joshua, as this fool has delivered on the assignment. And I mean, shoot, it's nothing more that you can say about that one. But this legacy, as far as what he's done as a promoter, putting other fighters on, elevating himself. It didn't take any of the sanctioning organizations to boost Anthony Josh. to boost what's his name, Jake Paul into superstar status. It didn't take any of that. It didn't take any of the sanctioning bodies to put Jake Paul into major venues inside of boxing. It wasn't none of the sanctioning bodies who helped sell tickets for Jake Paul's fight events. It wasn't any of the sanctioning bodies who have thrusted Jake Paul into stardom. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't any of the sanctioning bodies to put the money into his accounts. It was this guy end up streamlining who he was as his profile and then bankrolling it into challenges. And as simple as that is fans wanting to see challenges. Fans, anybody, fan or not, they're going to always want to see conflicts. They're going to always clamor for some type of fisticuffs between men. And now we see also with women. We also see that same thing with women. People love a goddamn fight. And being with who this guy is, he bargained on that shit. He placed out bids, found opponents that were tough, opponents with athletic backgrounds, got in the ring, perfected his craft. It wasn't like this dude, and he got serious about this shit. This fool hired a real serious team of former fighters, people with backgrounds in training, strength and conditioning coaches, and he put the work in off of some YouTube shit. You would never see me. I ain't one of these other clowns on here who just discredit people like that and take away and talk about talk negative about how Jake Paul is ruining the sport. Jake Paul ain't done a damn thing to ruin boxing. Because boxing was ruined before this dude ever gave the thought of jumping on a fight card for his brother in KSI. This dude just took what he felt is something that he caught a bug from. He got into that fight, beat up the dude that he fought. It lit a fire up under him, and he wanted to go on with it. And it's the same thing for the other dude. What was the football dude from the Pittsburgh Steelers? Pittsburgh Steelers had one of their running backs who ended up catching a bug into getting into boxing, where his career in football was gone. He took a couple of fights. He's athletic, probably trained in boxing, probably liked the fight, and it lit a flame up under him. And the same thing with Jake Paul is the fact that he's really taking it serious. And even fighters whose career has been on the fringes to get in part of his team, train him up, take him through these grueling ass fight camps, and then get in here with people with Le'Veon Bell. Thank you, Mark Summers. Le'Veon Bell. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's Mark Summers. Getting in there with catching a bug as well and going into multiple fights, but not doing it to the level that Jake Paul has done and having the success that Jake has had. Jake's, like I said, has been able to fill out major sports venues and also to captivate large audiences to where he's being able to put his fights onto major platforms, homie. They have moved from, and this dude has moved from multiple platforms and just being able to use the name that he has built and then not just putting himself in the best position financially, but putting everybody on the card in the best position financially. And it's on these people to put the work in, and they have to put the work in. You must know how to, what does that say? Market your name, use yourself as a damn brand, use your name as a brand. And that's exactly what this guy has done. I'm going to pull up his profile real quick. So he suffered 2 losses in boxing to real boxers. And I don't think this is going to slow this dude down one bit. This dude going to look to get the other fights. This victory for Anthony Joshua has also propelled Anthony Joshua. It brings probably a greater following to the next fight that Eddie Hearn and them are looking to put on. And that's him versus Tyson Fury. And fans are going to attract more towards it. You had a number of women that have watched this. That's always a big thing. Like I always say with music as well, to propel your career musically. And I always say there's this correlation between boxing and the music industry, mainly with rap, is as long as you have a good following of women, your women don't mean you got to tone it down and it got to sound LL Cool J-ish and all that other stuff. It must have a certain sound, a certain flow to it. And then you really rolling. Because where the women go, real men shall follow. Not to follow them like that, but to be out here chicken hawking. You're going to be on them. So the same thing with the event yesterday. You got a number of women that has followed over there. He got a huge following from them. I'm seeing chicks that I know posting all type of shit with Anthony Joshua, and then all that does is boost up his fight with Tyson Fury, which most real true boxing fans know these are guys who are past their prime. But being that these two guys in the ring, it's a fight. It's gonna bring a following, and ultimately they're gonna capitalize off of it financially. So even in this fight yesterday, I was reading something. I don't know how true it is. They saying both of these dudes gonna walk away with 90. I think Jake walk away with 90, and what's his name? Anthony Joshua walking away with 80 million and shit. And once again, like I say, the WBC ain't build this shit. The IBF ain't build it. The WBO, the WBA, ain't none of them sanctioning bodies built this shit and put the money into these people's accounts. The ring belt ain't do it. This dude has done it all on his own, developing his own promotional platform, putting other fighters on the fight cards, and not putting these dudes on Winnie the Pooh ass networks. This dude fights have been on, from what I've seen, I think they have been. He has used YouTube. He has used. Was he on the Showtime before? Showtime. He's used the Zone. He has used Netflix. And was it Prime or something? He's used all the major platforms who have ran after to getting this dude's fight events. This dude has, especially with Netflix, Netflix is definitely going to try to get the next Jake Paul fight event, because what he did with Mike Tyson and all that shit, and even Netflix is saying that when he did I think it was the Mike Tyson card, that their system was crashing. Their system couldn't handle the number of viewers that were running over there watching. I think it was that one. Let me see if this I don't think what you call BoxRec has to where it show what network televised it. But I want to go into his fight events. Like I say, this fool was fought at the Staples Centers. He had a fight event at the Staples. His first ever fight was against this dude. He won by TKO. This is Meridian in Miami as well. That was on his brother's card. Ben Askren at the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. Where is this? Somewhere in Cleveland, where he fought Tyron Woodley. Then he fought in Tampa at some damn arena. This fool filling arenas. Glendale, Arizona, some arena. We fought Anderson Silva. This is over, looks like somewhere in the Middle East, where he fought Tyson Fury's brother, Tommy, which was his first loss. He fights at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Orlando. This fool fought in Puerto Rico. I don't remember this fight. Oh, this is the fight where he's an undercard fighter. This is where I say he was an undercard fighter on Amanda Serrano's fight, where she become like the first woman. And this is the other thing. He has made the fight event and has really put a focus on elevating the women. So he's coming here with a cause to ensuring that the sport does right on the other side, because there's a male side and there's a women's side to boxing. And ensuring that not that where it's going to be equality and pay and all that stuff, which you see is kind of the growing thing amongst women athletes, WNBA women looking for equality and higher pay and all this other stuff. He has put on an event to where the records have been set to where he has the highest paid female fighters, being in that fight event with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They were the first women to gross $1 million on the fight. And then the fact that he played second fiddle in that fight event that he was a promoter on by going in there being the undercard fighter, where he fought another MMA fighter and Mike Perry. And also not the fact that he's just fighting these dudes, he's putting money in these guys' pockets. He went in here, fought at the Arlington Stadium when he fought Mike Tyson. He fought in the Honda Center in Anaheim, where he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, the Maury Povich show's son, Chavez Jr., who I think he needed DNA test on. And then he went in there and he fought at a stadium in Miami, where he fought AJ yesterday. And he went 6 rounds with AJ. 6 rounds when he could have just laid the hell down. 90 million then they're guaranteed to this fool. And he stayed in here in the fight with a former heavyweight champion. This fool when did he start fighting? This fool started fighting during COVID. So this fool has a span of 5 years. What we in 25? So he has a career that has only spanned 5 years. How old is this fool? This fool is 28 years old. So he starts fighting at 22, which is extremely late. He says you what he says, you look like your breath stink. That shit don't work over here, fool. But you sound like a damn homo worried about if a dude breath stink or not. Fucking sucker. And then so he starts fighting at the age of 22. He begins his career. And then within in a 6 year span, this fool has fought 14 times. 14 fights in a 6 year career is crazy. So there's 2 fights in that first year, 3 fights in the second year, 1 fight in the third year. He had 3 fights, and what would that be? In the third year? Hold on, no. That was in, so 2 fights or 1 fight in the first year of his career, 3 fights in the second year, 1 fight in the third year, and 3 fights in the fourth, 3 fights in the fifth, if I'm counting that right, four, and then he has had 2 fights in the second. So this dude has been active. He's at least getting 2 and 3 fights a year, which is what you see with a lot of professional fighters. So I mean, for this dude to go in here, do this shit, not sit behind waiting for some sanctioning organization to sanction the fight, to build it up, for him to pay them a goddamn fee. Nobody gonna get a piece of none of this shit except for his team. This dude has built a dynasty on this shit, which none of these other fighters have done. Floyd Mayweather has faltered because of Floyd Mayweather's lacking in focus on fighters, not really want to put fighters in position. But I can't take that away from Floyd, because I think a lot of the idiotic fighters have also done the damage to their goddamn selves. A lot of these retarded ass fighters have done the damage themselves, because I think Floyd has built up a stable to try to make to try to recruit fighters, and only watch these fighters just go out there and get into lazy status, and try to hold it over the heads of the people that they're team money, they're money team fighters and shit. And you watch them going into fights and trying to live up off of the name of Floyd and the endorsement of Floyd, only to watch them lose discipline. Coming into fights overweight, fights being canceled, them going into fights from not training, not putting the work in the gym, getting in the ring looking like total shit. And therefore, the media companies, when they view these events from these dudes, they're disgusted by it. They don't want nothing to do with a money team fighter. And it's just, it just goes on and on with what you've seen fighters do. You watch fighters, when you look at the PBC, they've ruined the PBC. It ain't Al Heyman them done anything wrong. These fighters have ruined them, has ruined the promotions they have fought on. They are the cause to why the networks don't want to advertise this sport anymore. Is because of the participants in it. They're trash. And the fact that a lot of people have interfered. I think the networks had gone wrong trying to sign exclusive deals with promotional companies. And then therefore you can't get fighters to from cross promotion to fight each other. One promotion is signed exclusive over here and the other one over here. Whether they should have never taken those deals, but it's understood to get guaranteed money in from a network. But the networks are stupid. The executives were dumb to try to go about securing that thing. And it was really, they secured that shit because of Floyd Mayweather, who Floyd was. So it was understood with Showtime and them trying to do that with the type of viewership Floyd brought. But the rest of these dudes weren't no Floyds. And then Jimmy Bernard in the building says, what's good? Says salute to the chat. And I'm going to do a second live. Me and Brandon are going to do a live about the first black cultural district in California, that being Leimert Park. And just speaking on the ideal about other places. So he wanted to do the topic, so I'll see where we go with that one. And then Jesus Hernandez in the building says, always right with Reggie Owens. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the show. Yes, indeed. Says saludo. Says yo. Andrew Tate says almost got his ass whooped. Damn. Yeah, Andrew Tate, if the other dude was a better fighter, he could have been knocked Andrew Tate out. And once again, the thing that when I was watching the clip on that, I didn't even have to watch the whole fight. The thing that came a factor in that fight, cardio. That was the factor in that shit, is cardio. and that dude looked tired as hell. And the fact that the other dude was in better condition, but he couldn't land a damn punch. He couldn't land a punch. He's just a big ass dude who, if anybody with better skills, a little bit tighter on their punches and better cardio, they could have knocked that dude out. He's just a big dude, but he could have knocked Andrew Tate out if he knew distance. That's the other thing the guy didn't know. He didn't know distance. He had fallen into too far in where he couldn't really land his punches. His arms is too damn long. He can't get the angle or turning over a punch, changing the trajectory of throwing the punches. Where he was missing Andrew Tate head a lot. Andrew Tate out there doing the Jake Paul, trying to, hug and falling down to his knees. And that's that damn fatigue, man. Like they say, fatigue usually makes a coward out of most men. And the fact that these dudes want to continue fighting, it showed a lot of heart in them. Maybe their pride would let them quit. But that being tired is a mug. Not being able to catch your damn breath is the closest thing one can feel to death outside of a heart attack you survive or actual death. So that's the other thing. That's why that running shit is important. This shit. All you got to do is just put the miles in, and when you want to work, or do it on a bike. Some people don't like to run. You can do that shit on the bike or on a basketball court. And then CJ in the building says Dean the Great says got his ass beat too. Says for talking about old boy's mom. Wait, who is Dean the Great? Let me see. Who is that? Because I didn't watch the fight event today. I was gone. Let me see. Dean the Great. Let me see who that is. Let's see. Dean the Great. Says heartbroken Dean the Great says after. Oh, that's this fool. He be hanging with the rappers or some shit. Oh, he fought Fernando Vargas' son. He fought Armando Vargas and shit. It's funny seeing what's his name's son, Fernando Vargas, man, because that kid is almost like a black kid and shit. Yeah, that's Fernando Vargas' son, Armando. Let me see. Yeah, Armando like a damn black dude and shit. Black dude stuck in a Mexican kid's body and shit. Let me see some highlights. Give me 1 second. Let me check these highlights real quick. So that fool named Dean the Great. I think this fool I forgot who I seen this dude. I think I see him on Ellie Setback's channel. And him talking, him always calling out other fighters and talking shit. So they show him walking back. Did he get knocked out? Let me see some highlights real quick. Let me see. Armando Vargas. Let me see. Oh yeah, Armando in here teeing off on him. He teeing off on him. Like he holding this shit I'm seeing. Your Armando come from good pedigree. I mean, he comes from he's a son of so he probably been around boxing all his life. So these dudes know what they're doing in the ring. Dean the Great just looked tired, man. He looked tired. He probably was taking abuse in his fight. Did he survive it? He didn't get knocked out? Yeah, he looked tired. He looked real tired. Looked like he punched himself out or something from that highlight I see. But yeah, he fought Armando Vargas. So I know who Dean the Great is now. I think I've seen him before. I've seen him in videos calling out other fighters. So he ain't on that level. So he definitely can't step up because Armando Vargas ain't even in the upper levels and shit. And then Mark Summers, oh yeah, Le'Veon Bell. And then this dude Jerry made a homo comment, worried about what a dude breath smell like. And then Roland Curtis in there laughing. And then Jerry says, and then this is Jerry. And he says, hey, Red says you ever what do you say? I don't even know what word he's right. I guess it's supposed to be he says, get over when I dog walks you, says in the debate. Oh, this old backwood Jerry. What's up, Jerry? And then you mean when I clowned you in that damn retarded ass debate you want to have that you still been crying on? This fool tried to debate a dumbass debate he didn't had 8 years ago. He's still crying about that shit. What's up, goofball Jerry? And then Alexander Wilson says, what's your favorite restaurant says to eat at in LA? In LA? Damn, I can't even say that shit no more. I used to fuck with my little chicken spot, Jim Dandy's, but that shit, I don't know what they done to Jim Dandy's, homie. And that's the hood, that's a hood ass chicken spot. That was my favorite place to go get food. Was Jim Dandy's. I ain't into all them like restaurant ass places, man. You gotta ask CJ or something. CJ be eating at the fly spots and shit. Me, I be liking little hood shit. Uh, then who else got some good shit? I already be liking like I like little mom and pop ass spots and shit, but it ain't gonna be spots to where you go out if you're a tourist because usually they in like some old badass area. Them areas I like to catch food from and shit. But as far as like dining and all that other shit, I don't always be big on that shit. And when I do go to like some upscale restaurant, I'm not caught up in the hype of them. I'm not caught up in the hype of no Benny Hanna's and what's that little steak spot, the little high end steak spot, Roof Chris and crustaceans and all that other shit. I've been to the motherfucker, but you'll never hear me hype none of that shit up. I'm not into that, not into that shit. You know, you might take a broad who may be fascinated with that shit. I mean, take them, let them be fascinated. But I like food because when I eat, I want to eat. I like food, man. I ain't with that people caught up in shit trying to impress abroad, knowing the food ain't all that shit. And then Blue Hustle Man says, "What up?" Says to myself in the chat. Jerry says that's what I thought. And then Jerry, look at this old motherfucker here trying to run his mouth talking internet shit. This fool Jerry like 75 years old, be talking shit, hanging on the internet with black folks. He feel cool and shit. Jerry probably done pick up some gang. He be trying to holler at broads in this little pickup truck. And he says Reg can't afford to eat at a restaurant. Says he eats out the dumpster. Says behind the restaurant. Man, you goddamn right. It's free. Free is better than $9.99. Goddamn it. And then Alexander Will says people have said Jim Jandy's has gone downhill. That shit has, bro. And I'm glad I ain't the only one saying that. And that was my spot. And the fact is that you don't have when you go in there, Jim Dandy's don't have black people employed in there and shit. And that's the thing with a lot of LA restaurants. And it goes back into a behavioral shit about with black folks and black businesses to where they can't hire black folks to work in them. Black folks have a misconception of business, a misconception of pay, and then sometimes business owners do too. But I think the at some point Jim Dandy's got to start hiring more black folks, and even within the area, black folks that want to work, black folks who don't look down on work, because that's the other thing. Some people think they're too good for certain type of work, and that's been the other fuck shit that's come out of the little twisted side of education systems in our community with white teachers who commute over into our communities to work as educators, and they have filled the minds of young black folks about you're gonna grow up flipping burgers or you're gonna do, and they don't want to work in that kind of shit. You're seeing young athletes who shine in high school sports and then don't want to be seen working regular 9 to 5 jobs and then end up as unemployed motherfuckers trying to make a buck out the streets and shit. So people don't work, and then it affects businesses around there. Their kids don't want to work in that shit. They don't pass it down. But so now you got to bring in immigrant labor to work in there, who have probably never ever seen a chicken seasoned and fried a day of their fucking life. These people brought in ain't never seen a hamburger a day of their life, because some of them come from places they ain't never had a fucking TV, and they work in these places. And so, man, they have ruined the hell out of Jim Dandy's. So that's the thing that destroyed Jim Dandy's. The community fucked that off. And then CJ says, my favorite spot got burned down in Malibu. Says Moonshot. Look, this nigga tell you this nigga be going to upscale shit. Let me pull up Moonshot. I ain't never heard that shit in my life. Let me see. Then let me see. Do they got a Yelp? Let me pull up Yelp, because Yelp be having pictures. Let me see. That shit probably over the ocean or some shit. Let me see. Let me go to Yelp. Let me see. Yeah, if y'all follow that nigga CJ on what you call, man, sometimes he'll show if he go dining, he be at the high end shit. Let me see. My young nigga CJ on his player shit. That shit called Moon. We said Moon Shadows. Let me see. Yeah, Moonshot. That sound like some ocean shit. Let me see. Oh, they ain't gonna even show it as. Oh wait, no wonder I gotta change this. Moon Shallows Malibu. Let me see. I should turn this damn heat down. Let's see if they got it. Ah, no, they don't. Probably because it was burnt. Hold on. Let me go turn this air on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to find that shit. Hold on. Let me see. Damn, fan, turn the hell on. Well, I got that shit on low. All right, let me see. Let me find that shit. Yeah, I want to see what the moon shadows look like. Let me see. Moon shadows. Shallow Malibu. Let me see. Oh, damn, that motherfucker is on the ground. That shit was caught in that fire. Let me see. Damn, I see pictures of that shit. That shit burnt all the way down. Oh, this is what that shit is. Let me see. Let me show the photos I see of it on the damn ground, burnt up. So it got caught in that damn fire they just recently had. Yeah, so here it is right here. Oh wait, hold on. We go to images. So this was the restaurant. Oh yeah, man. It probably cost $30 to get a order of fries at this motherfucker. Let alone you buying some damn shrimp. That shit right over the cliff. That shit right over the cliff. The fire didn't catch it. That shit definitely was gonna get hit by an earthquake. Yeah, I would. Yeah, my seat would have to be on the right side of this motherfucker. That shit too. That window seat. Hell no, that shit too close to the edge. Yeah, your order. I'm going to the actual restaurant. I want to see if they show prices. Yeah, I'll take a broad to that shit. Yeah, I would definitely take a broad. That's what my little one chick that bombed on me. I be telling the stories about the chick I used to be with who bombed on me. She used to like going to shit like this. She'll go out to some old fly far out shit like this. Let me see. Let me pull up this one. And that bitch used to like to pay. That's why I used to fuck with her. Let me see. So let's check out the menu in this motherfucker. Let's see. Let's check out a dinner. So they got vegan, vegetarian, and shit. Once they open up, I'll probably take. Let me see. What's this? Oh, you know what? These prices ain't bad at all. Let me see. What is it? Oh, that's an appetizer. Say, let's see. Lobster and shrimp appetizer. Says blah 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 blah. Let's see what a dinner is. Let me see. You know, that ain't bad. Now, it depends on the size of portions. You know what? This shit is not bad at all. I mean, I'm thinking Malibu. I'm expecting to see $100 for an order of French fries. Filet mignon, which is sometimes always high. That shit ain't that bad. The bone-in ribeye, $61. And look, they put their prices on there, so they ain't even bad. I wonder how this restaurant got started. Let me see. Sides. Steamed rice, mashed potato, basic sides, French fry. Oh, wee! Order fries is $12. The prices ain't bad at all. Let's see a note. What's this note? They're gonna say you. Oh hell no! They're gonna force the tip. This part right here stopped me from going. They're gonna tell me what I got to tip. 18% gratuity says will be added to parties. Oh, if you got 8 people or more. I'm going with either abroad or I'm taking my kids, so I ain't got to pay no gratuity. Cake service fee is $20. Corkage fee, our corkage fee is $35 per 750 milliliter bottle. So what they add that fee on towards you buying a bottle if you're buying a whole bottle, so you got to add 35 on it. Let's see. Here go the times. Lunches to 4 p.m. Dinner. So they stay open till 11 on the weekends. 4 to 11. So they menu change. Yeah, that's some fly shit. Let me see. Let me read. So somebody asking about good places to eat. So this one from CJ gonna know that shit. So the award-winning Ocean View Dining. So how did they start this shit? Do they give a history on that? It's a fly ass location, real fly ass location, and the price is good. Them are not bad prices at all. I would expect it. Let me show y'all one I went to, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be bashing no restaurant people. Let me see. I don't even know how to spell crustaceans. Let me see. Am I spelling it right? Crustaceans. This shit is like in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. No, not Christian. Then how you spell crustaceans in Beverly Hills restaurant? It'll probably correct me on it. Not Christian crustaceans. Beverly Hills restaurant. Let me see if they got prices on this shit. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for that one. Who was that? Mark Summers. Yeah. Mark Summers said, Reggie, don't mess up my English European language. God damn it. Let me see. Crustation. stations. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah, this might be. All right, let me check their menu out. I went here. Wait, is this the same restaurant? Yeah, this might. Yeah, I think this is it. Man, he want this for my kid's mom. Want to have her mom birthday at this shit. We brought all these motherfuckers in here nickel and diming on what they paid and this and that shit. That bill turned out so goddamn high. Cause they look at it, they already know when they see a group of black folks that look like they ain't boule blacks and look like they done came up out of South Central, all that shit, they be looking like, oh, we're gonna have an issue with these motherfuckers. We're gonna have an issue. That bill came out to dinner $4,000 fucking dollars. I was like, God damn. And the food wasn't shit. The food wasn't this shit. This type of bullshit. Like, get out of here, man. Let's see, dinner. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. They put some seasoning on top of a fucking shell. Man, they don't get the hell up out of here with that. And look, they don't even got, let me see. Now you see this, right? You don't even see a price on none of this crap. They don't even see a price on it. They just shock you when they hit the table. Look at that. So I knew not to even pull this one up because they wasn't going to have no price on it. And you talking about portion size, man, them portions so damn small on this shit. And I was like, see, that's why I don't like, you ain't gonna find me. I'm not the type of dude that be big on like the dining experiences because I don't think nothing of it. But let me see. Yeah, you ain't gonna find, they are never gonna put a price on their shit. But the meals, let me see, what's this? Let's see, $20 for rusted duck rolls. And that's probably like some old egg roll type shit. Let me see what else they got on here. These are salads. Salads going for down there $30. And this is for the lunch. Salmon $45. Let me see. 59 for famous garlic noodles. Says with colossal tiger prawns. So some big ass shrimp on garlic. Then there's $60 plus your tip. And so you can only imagine if this is off the lunch menu, what the hell the damn. Oh, wait, y'all don't see it. Hold on. Let me pull that menu up. You can only imagine what the dinner menu is going to be like. So there go the menu here. And this is at Crest Station, this Beverly Hills joint. Yeah, I'd rather drive all the way to Malibu for that other one. So a large plate of salmon. So saffron, whatever that says, Nuji, and winter vegetables. $45. Prime filet mignon says shaken beef, and that's gonna be $57. And it comes with wok flame onions, twice cooked potatoes. And you talking about ain't shit on that place. You do this, and your motherfucking meal is $8. Your meal is $8. You're like, wait, I thought it was a second serving of that shit. No, go to the register, goddammit. Yeah, get up. Next people coming in. We get the next group of motherfucking fools coming in paying for this shit. Oh, let me see. Do I click on? Yeah, they ain't gonna show that menu for dinner. Yeah, the dinner menu probably just add 2 to it. And you gotta, and this other thing, you gotta set reservations for that shit. And ain't no just you walking. I don't think you can walk off the streets on that. I know you gotta put in the reservation and shit. And but yeah, that's the one you said, but it burnt down. So it burnt down. Says he said my favorite spot got burned down in Malibu. Says moon shadow. Says the waves will crash up on the restaurant windows. Says and shit. Says while you're eating. Says you can sit on the roof and watch the waves and shit. Says it was cold. You know that's a fly little spot. Says niggas be stupid. Says not wanting to work. Says I wish I had time. Says to get a side job, man. Yeah, I can't stand to see, man, that the work ethic just been dead, man. That it'd be like it's one of the worst things. And then we always have these excuses that come up out of the communities we come from as to why we suffer and we don't want to work. Like all it is work, regardless of adding the other shit. Because the other side was saying about what the teachers put out that stop people working, but then we get the other side which has become an adverse effect of being revolutionaries and having to stand and fight against this country, of not wanting to get in the workforce and being like, I ain't working for the white man. And that's the other side of that, which plagues the community. And then our communities being targeted by the damn government, and we, having our communities infiltrated by drugs, agents, people that betrayal people they grew up with, snitches, informants. Alexander Wilson says, I know some guys were getting pressed says we're getting pressed on at Jim Dandy's, says, and that turned off a lot of people. Man, that was always the thing. I never went in there and got pressed. Plus, the way I moved, the way I carried myself, I just never dealt with being pressed. Plus, I've known people. I've had, like, one of the homies I grew up, brother was a well-noted cat from Divalang and shit, and knowing people over on that side, knowing people from Hoover and things like that. I don't know if that could be a pass, or me just not being up there, not around the wrong people who can be on hood patrol. That's the other thing, going in there when there ain't none of they like active hood patrolling crash outs over there. And I'd have been Jim Dandy's a lot. And then Mark Sumner says, and you talking about like, man, that shit, Jim Dandy's a trip when you look over it, but they had some good ass chicken out of there. Mark Sumner says you gotta take a broad there. It says you said you don't take girls to food spots, says unless they pay. I took bras to Jim Dandy's. I get away with a lot of shit because this other thing. Everybody change and can reimagine who they are. Like, bras can't act like they don't go to McDonald's. If a broad digging you, because this is the other thing I was thinking about when you sent me that video yesterday of the game. And I was thinking about this shit because it dawned on my head because I was listening to rap music. It might have been a game song. And I thought about him talking about he paying $5,000 a month. If a chick fuck with you, this your chick, it ain't no way that you paying no $5,000 a month just to satisfy a chick. Love don't cost a thing. If a bitch is demanding that kind of money, you believe that you have to provide that kind of monthly allowance just to keep somebody. You a certified fool. You a goddamn fool. A broad that's living and shacking in your crib and ain't got to work, lift a finger, and you giving extra money, you was a goddamn fool. Love, like when buttfuckers really fuck with you and love you, that shit don't cost a goddamn thing. Time is of essence, homie. Like, these fools is crazy. And the thing, because you done made money off of that, man, get out of here. A lot of you fools making money from other people cutting you a check. Whether it's millions in that shit, hundreds of millions, for you to break it off to where love is meant to only break your pockets. You looking up every month, you fuck with a broad, it didn't cost you this much, and you watching the account deposits drop. Man, you stupid as fuck. And then it'll be the same fools that go to prison if they find out another motherfucker done gamed her, made her happy, and poking her on the side. You was a goddamn fool. You see, Shaq couldn't keep his chick happy. The regular old fitness trainer motherfucker knocked her off. Shaq down there $500 million if not. Getting knocked off by the fool in there teaching her to bend that motherfucker open. Same thing with I can't even use Cassie as an example, but she even got taken by a fool who is the damn fitness person. But he's a disgusting individual. He fucking wife Cassie. But he took Cassie from a billionaire motherfucker. Now, you motherfuckers crazy paying for love. These niggas is out of their minds. But yeah, I would take a broad to Jim Dandy's and shit. If I wanted chicken and shit, you act like bitches don't buy that shit in their house. Because bitches eat at all these spots. That's why these companies been around for hundreds of damn years. Because the women eat at that shit. But they get around you and the menu changes. The appetite changes. Fuck out of here. It is CJ says I used to sit at the top. Says I used to sit at the top with a chick and they would bring the heater, says, to your table. Says then the lighting that night, says dope, says it's all blue. So they haven't rebuilt it, or is it built back up? Or that might have been an old thing. He says, yeah, the prices was decent as hell. Yeah, I was thinking them prices gonna be in the hundreds of dollars. That wasn't bad at all. But that crustacean shit, never in life. That roof Chris shit, never in life. But I started trying to mimic the steak. The steak there was good as hell. Them sides, no bueno. And then Jashawn in the building says, yeah, it says, take the kids, says salute. Yeah, I take my kids most places. I want them to experience. If my kids get into it or my son get into where he want to die, he got to take his broad out here. Or my daughter wants some dude taking her, or she take a dude when when they get of that age, then that's on them. I don't want them believing or her believing that it's a dude's job to pay for everything and they following the rules of these other felt ass bitches from the last 100 years of existence who ain't fucking advanced at a goddamn thing. Because that ain't the way love work. That ain't the way relationships work. It ain't about what a person has to do to have you. And I listen to older chicks. I talk to a lot of older women and have these conversations. And even some of them be caught up in that ignorance, thinking that the older dudes gonna pay for them. Older dudes ain't on none of that kind of shit. Nobody want to begging ass chick. I know I don't. And then CJ says no. The corky says the corkish fee says it's for if you bring your own bottle. Oh, okay. Damn, $35 for them to uncork. I bring my own bottle. I'm gonna have a cork with that motherfucker. Man, fuck that. And then Alexander Wilson says a 16 ounce bone and ribeye says for $61 says it's not bad. Says because where I live at says it would be like 85. Oh, where that's at? Where that's at? And then Mark Sumner says, oh, he's telling me how to spell crustacean. He spelled that shit right. And then CJ says, you see my boy Jordan Love says got a concussion, shaking my head. Says our backup quarterback Malik Willis says balling though. No, I didn't even see the game. I know they playing the Bears. Let me see what the Bears doing. Let me see. But salute to the black quarterbacks out here, man, taking over the fucking game of the NFL. Let me see. Oh, the Clippers and Lakers. Oh shit, yeah. Come on, Clippers. The only time I cheer for the Clippers when they playing Luka Lakers. Yeah, come on, Clippers. Let me see. Also, I see y'all balling. I want Chicago to win that game, though. Oh no, Chicago ain't gonna win this game. Yeah, it's over with. So the Packers got that one. Let me see. Off 161 yards, Caleb didn't get nothing in the end zone. A lot of incomplete passes. Must have been drops. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably cold as shit out there. That's what it is. What's the temperature? Let me go to the Weather Channel real quick. It's probably cold as ice out there. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull up the Weather Channel. We'll go to Chicago. So Green Bay, the two teams where the players are used to that cold weather. So two cold weather teams out there on the field together who can deal with the cold better. So it looks like the Packers. Let me see. Let me go to Chicago. Let me see. It might be 5 degrees out there in Chicago. Let me see. Hold on. And this damn computer popping up all type of shit I don't want. Let me see. Chicago. What's the temperature out there today? That's why that's probably why they got that owner up there talking about moving that team and shit. He talking about moving. Oh, it's 32 degrees out there. But then you deal with the wind chill, so it's like 20 degrees out there in Chicago. So the temperature is 32. Wind chill factor is always a thing out there. It's windy, 19 degrees out there. I mean, 19 miles an hour as far as wind, and it makes it feel like 20 degrees. So that wind chill factor. So it's 20 degrees out there, which is below freezing. And then let me check the stats to see how many rushing. Then they got multiple people rushing. 41 touches on the ground, 186. Chicago didn't run the ball much, 24. Let me see. So yeah, they made a smart plan of attack. So they hit the ground, 41 rushes, 22 passes, 15 completed. So they got it on the ground. They got that shit on the ground. Some fumbles, one loss. Yeah, so Green Bay gonna go 10. They're gonna go 10, 4, and 1 because of that draw with the Cowboys and shit. So good win for Green Bay. Good win right there. And then salute to Jay Gibson. Salute. I'm gonna go live with my brother Brandon Washington. We're gonna go about the first black district in California being Lamert Park. So they got their distinction. And then Alexander Wilson says this new generation says also believe some jobs are beneath them. Absolutely. And that's the wrong thing too. And you see that amongst a lot of people. I even seen the jobs where I work, and people look down on people in certain positions, especially office work motherfuckers, where they look down on people who may be in the maintenance side or janitorial side of shit. And it'd be like, man, y'all get the fuck up out of here with that. People acting bougie and all that other shit. And then you make to where people don't want to work in these positions, work these roles, people looking down on people. It's still money being earned. It's just, you gotta, and that's just the American mindset. America got a real weird effed up mindset when it comes to placing people in certain hierarchies and shit. And some of that is done through media, it's done through the way in which people go about worship, the way people go about setting in belonging and clicking and all that other stupid shit. And it's just whack. It's whack. It sets a bad standards, and also it's about the way in which jobs pay people, and it forces Americans to take chances into risking their freedom, going out here and getting into the world of hustling and shit. But that's all I got. Let me end this one, and let me set up for this other live we're gonna do about Leimert Park, and go about the example this can set for other communities. But ultimately, for me, like I say, I always give a different view on this kind of shit. And I like the conversations, open good dialogue and thought on that shit. But if you open dialogue and thought, you got to be about that shit. But that's all I got. Peace. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Peace.